Imagine waking up 5 years from now and realizing that nothing has changed. The same frustrating job, the same regrets, the same feeling of wasted time. Do you ever feel like you're always putting off the big change that could transform your life? Always waiting for the right moment, but that moment never comes? The truth is harsh. If you don't change today, your future will be a nightmare. And the worst part? It will be too late to turn back. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why the 5-year rule can be the difference between success and failure, and how small decisions now can determine whether you live a life of growth or regret. But beware, this video is not for those who want excuses. If you're tired of wasting time and want real change, watch to the end, because this could be your last chance to act before it's too late. Have you ever stopped to think about where you'll be in 5 years' time? Imagine waking up in 2029 and realizing that nothing has changed. The same frustrating job, the same regrets, the same unfinished plans. Time has passed, and you're still in exactly the same place. And what's worse? You knew you needed to change, but you put it off, found excuses, told yourself that it wasn't the right time yet. The harsh reality is that if you don't change today, your future will be a nightmare. And by the time you realize it, it may be too late. The biggest mistake people make is believing that somehow the future will be different without anything changing in the present. They think, one day I'll do it, I still have time, when I'm ready I'll start. But here's the truth that nobody wants to accept. Your future won't be any different if your actions remain the same. You can even fool yourself by saying that you'll start Monday, next month, when things get better. But if you keep thinking like that, the next 5 years will just be a repeat of the last 5. The problem is that most people don't notice this pattern until it's too late. They keep putting off important changes because change requires effort, it requires sacrifice, it requires facing discomfort. So they prefer to wait. But time doesn't wait. Time will continue to pass, whether you take action or not. And that's where the 5-year rule comes in. Small daily decisions can lead to a complete transformation in the future. But if you do nothing, in 5 years' time, you'll look back and wonder, why didn't I start sooner? The 5-year rule is simple. Everything you do today is building your future, even if you don't realize it. Every choice, every habit, every small decision is shaping the life you will have. Imagine someone who decides today to start saving money, develop a new skill, or change their routine. In 5 years, that person will have a solid financial foundation, will be much more competent, and will have the discipline to keep growing. Now think of someone who keeps repeating the same mistakes, putting off decisions, and living on autopilot. In 5 years' time, that person will be stuck in the same life as always, or worse. Do you know what the difference is between these two people? Small daily changes that, accumulated over time, create gigantic results. The problem is that many people overestimate what they can do in a month and underestimate what they can transform in 5 years. They want quick results, they want shortcuts, they want immediate success. But what really matters is consistency. If you start building now, you may not see a drastic change tomorrow, but over time, everything changes. And to do this, there are 3 essential steps that can determine whether your future will be one of growth or regret. First, take 100% responsibility for your life. Stop blaming the government, the economy, your family, or anything else. As long as you believe that your success depends on external factors, you are giving yourself permission to fail. Want an example? Take 2 people who grew up in the same place, faced the same challenges. One uses this as an excuse to never try anything. The other uses it as motivation to work harder. What separates these 2 people? The mindset. The second step is to change your environment. If you're surrounded by people who don't believe in themselves, who make fun of anyone who tries to grow, guess what will happen? you will become one of them. The environment is stronger than willpower. So stay away from those who lack ambition. Get closer to those who are growing. Read books, watch content that challenges you, seek out mentors. Small changes in your environment can completely transform the way you think and act. And the third step, and perhaps the most difficult, create a system that forces you to act every day, regardless of motivation. Most people fail because they act on feelings. If they're inspired, they work. If they're tired, they give up. Real winners don't think like that. They create routines that make action inevitable. Want an example? If you want to read more, don't just rely on willpower, create a fixed schedule. If you want to become an entrepreneur, set yourself daily action goals. If you want to improve your discipline, start with simple things like waking up at the same time every day and sticking to what you've promised yourself. Now, think about it. Where will you be in a year's time if you carry on acting in the same way? Time will pass either way. The difference is that you'll either be closer to your goals, or you'll still be stuck in the same cycle of excuses and frustration. In the end, the choice is yours alone. What can you change today that will have a real impact in 5 years' time? Leave it in the comments and start now. The best time to change was 5 years ago. The second best time is now.